time to chat with me today.
Well, thank you, because anymore, every single interaction like this is critical awareness moment
Mm,
for our cinema, for our movies.
mhm.
And your audience is going to help us punch above all the clutter, all the noise out there. So thank you.
Sure. Of course, thank you. Well, tell me, Marcus, how excited are you for hashtag AMFAD, All My Friends Are Dead to release out into the world?
I want to tell you a story exactly how I feel about it. And it starts with the word grateful. So way back when, before a group of strangers realized they were old friends, we had a hope and we leaned towards the idea like, is this going to be in theaters? Is this going to play in theaters? Is this? Like, well, okay, you don't know anymore. We're in an era where you can finish a great, easily well-regarded movie, and the studio might go, I don't know, delete.
Exactly.
Or you can make the $135 million movie pre-rebate, and they'll be like, yeah, but let's put it on this box in your living room. So we, this little tugboat, still had the collective audacity to hope to turn a silver screen red. So Andy Hodgson, the DP, we shot it big. We acted for those moments. We got the micro close-ups. We got everything that we wanted to tell this tale. And then on top of that, well, then we can't play it safe. We have to
I
take
go
risks
for it.
wherever we can. We have to take risks with structure, with tone, with humor that might push emotional buttons, with people that might be offensive characters, with things that might be loud, and hopefully get something that is so shockingly red and nasty that people will go, oh. And if we can, have a plot twist that'll make them go, oh. And if we're super fortunate, all these great actors will be captured on that beautiful glass of Andes, and we'll
Yeah.
have characters that we believe in and want to see happen. And so
Awesome.
that's I'm grateful because all that stuff happened, and we're coming to theaters
Yes.
August 2nd and on demand. So wherever you are, you can join us on the ride that we protected so much with our hearts.
Yes, for sure. And tell me, why did you want to be involved with this project specifically?
Well, I was fortunate in that the the grandfather of it was Kevin Greuter. Kevin
Okay.
Greuter has been a wonderful collaborator for many years, and Kevin, he was the original director, but then saw 10 whoosh, came on and was like, "Hey, we're going now," and hashtag AmFed, all my friends are dead, had an opening, and I'm grateful. Kevin put my name into the hat for consideration, and here we are. And so
Okay.
now I get to collaborate with Kevin on Saw 11 as
Mhm.
what is coming out, and that's been wonderful. But then there's the why, because that's just the opportunity. Now
Mhm.
I'm reading a screenplay I had nothing to do with, and Patrick had nothing to do with, by Josh Sims and Jessica Sarah Flom. And so why? Well, this thing had a different voice. This
Okay.
was a murder mystery. I hadn't done a murder mystery before. I've done a couple of when's it going to happen, not who's doing it.
Mhm.
This was this had something to say. And then it had a twist that I adored. And I thought, wait a minute. Now here's a chance to maybe jump into the fray here and protect this twist and then see where we can go.
Mhm.
Courtesy of Stephanie Rennie and Kirk Shaw, our producers, we shot the movie in order. So
Mm.
with the
Okay.
gifted cast, we could also be nimble with that tone and day to day see where it's working. There's something about the orchestra of playing the notes in order for the first time, not mixing them. You really do get to know. It helps not only with continuity, but continuity of performance and feeling. And the one
Okay.
advantage you can have when you have a very a tight condensed schedule, like our main shoot was 12 days in Vancouver, and
Mhm.
we had an additional day back here, and then I added 5 days. I wanted more. I want different, bigger, better, more,
Yeah.
because the proof was all there. We had this nimble telling story structure. We had the tone, and thank goodness the twist landed like a damn lightning bolt. And then we had these performances where, holy cow, courtesy of Jade Pettyjohn, courtesy of Jennifer Enns, courtesy of Jojo Siwa, courtesy of
Yeah.
Cardi Wong, Justin Derrickson, Julian Haig, Michaela Russell, Jack Dope Smith. We cared.
Mhm.
Ali Fumiko Whitney has a moment where, thank goodness, this actor was so damn good and so able to work with any tones. We had the option to keep punching for those tones and to
Uh,
get. So that's what I loved about it. There was something to protect here, and it all harkens back to way back when John Gulager took a look at a couple of co-writers in 2004 and said, I'll protect your screenplay. And that was
Mhm.
our first movie. So I wanted to do the same. Wanted to give that back.
Awesome. Awesome, very nice. Yeah, like you mentioned, like the stars are like Jade, Pettyjohn, Jojo, Siwa. What was it like working with this all-star cast? And what made them the best choice for their roles?
Oh my gosh. Well, you're just lucky if you get Jade Pettyjohn because what can't this person do?
Hmm.
And what was nice is I could Jade plays an outsider to a group of friends with some layered history. And so to keep Jade could play amongst all of them. And I liked the idea of her character almost being a camera.
Okay.
Everything is a production in there, and someone is big and light, and someone is big in score, and someone is more subtle in shadow, and someone is a bit more about, oh, maybe tempo, tonal shift, and someone is absolutely just quiet, and you don't quite know what they're up to. The camera is then observing them. So this
Yeah.
character who's like, I think I have a place amongst this group, and maybe we'll see if that works. Well, then when her when her skill set, so to speak, to emerge, you see this is a person that has a pretty doggone strong spine,
Hmm.
strong code. And it was a marvel because Jade set the bar so very high, and courtesy of Julian Haig, pre-getting all the actors together to understand their characters pre-day one,
Hmm.
it was wonderful. So the natural separation of Jade being a domestic United States actor going to Vancouver, up with this already protected group of friends that had gotten their rhythms down and
Yeah.
found their colors within, excellent. The camera and the set was all set up metaphorically.
Okay.
Really, really cool. And I'm just so grateful for that. And I hope I haven't drifted too far from the
Oh,
intent original
no, no,
question.
no,
There you
no,
go.
no. Awesome. That's fantastic. And you have been involved with several horror films over the years, including the Saw franchise, The Collector, Feast. What is it about this genre that you love so much?
I love that it to really utilize a quote from Oz Perkins recently that horror is embraces aesthetics from all sort forms of art.
Hmm.
That it is poetry. There can be art. Like the first horror movie I watched through Splayed Fingers was Dario Argento's Suspiria. And the sugar that made me lean in was how beautiful it was. This was a letterbox VHS, but it's still punched with that Technicolor matrix system color scheme. Something that I love to use whenever I can. Because isn't it interesting how horror, that sugar gets you to lean in, gets you
Hmm.
off the guard, and then wham, it can still come into slice. Whereas that wouldn't be appropriate in, say, a sports comedy. It'd be
Yeah.
a bit distracting. It's almost like the color timing of a comedy can take you out of a state of mind. So even with hashtag AmFat, all my friends are dead, the first act where we wanted to be lighter and actually use humor to guide us through the character development, that was color timed 3 times to keep pushing it towards bubblegum. So
Okay.
then when the invasion of the Italian horror lighting came in, and it was like when the bubblegum breaks and the darkness comes in, and you are stark red, you are purple, you are gold, you are green, you are blue, you are dead. Then that gave us a chance to march to that rhythm of the art and
Yes.
bring in all the stimuli that horror can take, because it really is such a beautiful palette of
It
every
really
color,
is.
of everything.
I agree. It really is. And ultimately, what do you hope audiences take away from AmFad? All My Friends Are Dead.
I hope they're surprised about the heart.
Okay.
I hope that, man, please stay through the end credits because we keep twisting the knife until we wanted to entertain with every frame we could and surprise. And it because we had the cast that could keep up with every tone and accelerate it. So yes, I want them to say, like, well, now I assumed there'd be some jumps. There might have even been a little bit of blood. And I'm quoting the great Kim Thorman, who I really embraced Kim's reaction to it, but I did not expect the heart.
Yeah,
I
a
didn't
lot of
expect to
just
get the. So hey, that's courtesy of thank you, Jade, thank you, Jojo, thank you, Jennifer, thank you, the entire cast. Friggin' awesome.
Mhm.
And thank
Okay.
you, actually, Jack Dope Smith. Jack Dope Smith, who plays Guy, is a stone's throw from the fabric of a character who's so genial and so kind. And it's not too much of a spoiler to know that when you have a movie called hashtag AmFat, all my friends are dead, some of the friends die. It really was something. We had to kill Jack 7 times to get the gag right, and this
Oh
guy
yeah.
still often was so genial. Bless your heart, Jack Dope Smith. Uh, and man, and for it, I yeah, I that was awesome. I'm just grateful.
You're just grateful. That's the one word that could describe everything. You're just so grateful for this. Awesome. All right, Marcus. Well, thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure talking with you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.
You too. Bye.